Welcome to another segment with Professor Dennis. As an area to consider on evaluations for an article, you want to consider genre and the structure of the piece itself. For this short segment, we're going to examine how genre, format and presentation, as well as structure can all contribute to an article's credibility. As we are examining a text, we want to consider the genre of the text. For the purposes of this segment, we will focus on non-fictional texts. With non-fictional texts, there are still subsets of genres to consider. You could be reading a persuasive piece meant to sway you to the author's side of thinking on a topic. You may have an informational text with no personality to show because it is purely information-based. Maybe your piece is a personal perspective with a lot of personal story, mixed and mingled with facts and data to show how their story is relevant. It's also possible that you're looking at a personal narrative that is all story with a moral at the end for you to reflect on. While there are many other types of non-fictional genre, these are the most common forms of texts you will encounter when doing any sort of research. It'll be up to you to determine the reliability of the piece and the information contained therein. With the format of a piece, there are a couple of things to consider before you even begin. Is this piece one that is only offered online in digital format on a publication website? Or is this a piece that can be found in print form as well? You'll also want to note how the piece is presented. Are there images to help create a tone? What about the chunking of the text? Are there dividing words and phrases to help guide you through the piece? If so, are these chunking words meant to sway your opinion one way or the other? When you're able to examine all of the different aspects of the presentation of the piece, you can clearly see beyond any flashy techniques that might be used to draw the reader into the piece. While the phrases to chunk a text can be useful, they can also be designed to specifically sway the reader one way or another without their realization. You as the reader have to determine if those phrases are purely to guide you as a reader, to sway the reader, or possibly both. The next item to consider is the structure of the piece. The reason structure is important is because it goes to the quality of the piece. If a piece is poorly structured, it is less likely to be published in a high-quality academic journal, because it'll be less likely to pass their peer review process. In addition, the better structured a piece is, the better the author is able to convey their thoughts to the readers. This means that the reader is being guided through the author's thought process in a neat and orderly fashion. It's like taking a tour with the best guide available. You wouldn't want someone who makes you walk 10 blocks just to have you backtrack 5 for something that they missed earlier, and then go another 7 blocks forward before going an additional 3 blocks backwards. It's time-consuming and confusing. Instead, you want to examine if the author is guiding you through step by step in a neat and orderly fashion in order to help you see things clearly from their perspective. Is the order logical? Does the order help to take you through step by step? Or are you confused at any point? If so, why? Does the author jump around in their thoughts? How does this affect you as a reader? What could have been done better to avoid this? I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please remember to use that email icon in the learning management system to reach out to your professor. Thanks so much, and I'll catch you on the flip side.